Welcome to this podcast. My name is Filippa Levemark, and I created this show so that you can listen in on the sessions that I do and hope that you might benefit from it as well. Perhaps you're going through something similar in your life, or maybe someone close to you is. Either way, I hope you gain some insights, some new perspectives and tools that can help you in your growth and healing journey. In this session, Isabel is struggling with connecting to herself. She feels overwhelmed by not knowing how to move towards her dreams in a lot of areas of her life, feeling scared of the unknown. Her desire is to connect to her intuition. Welcome to listen in on our conversation, where she finds what is actually going on underneath the overwhelm and what she can do to stay connected to herself. So, Isabel, what would you like help with today?
So I've recently moved to Spain, left my home country, and this has brought up a lot of questions, a lot of insecurities, which I think have been there before, but now they got more to the surface because of this profound changes that I'm going through. And I guess it all boils down a bit to finding my own intuition again and believing myself and also finding my way somehow and not feeling lost because I had lots of stages in my life where I felt lost, where I didn't know what I wanted to do professionally. I started a new job, then I didn't like it, took a break, started a new job again, started a new university career, and I feel like this is kind of coming up over and over again.
Yeah.
And I feel like some part of me is still blocking my real way and my real intuition.
So, what is it? Is it kind of like you're talking a career, a job, a lifestyle? What is it that you feel that you don't have clarity around right now?
I think now it's mostly with my career
Yeah,
because I took like 6 months of break and now I started a new job here
yeah,
where I again find myself not liking it.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, I think also career then is very much linked with a lifestyle, especially now that I moved here and I'm like asking myself what kind of life do I want to create. So my dream is living on a finca, like out like not in the city, but I have all these Spanish words now.
In the
My
countryside.
head in the
Yes,
countryside. Thank
yes.
you, with like animals and a partner and maybe even friends around. But I find myself in a very different life, and I also don't know how to get to this life that I'm wishing for. So that's a bit where I'm at.
And what makes you question your life now? Like, I understand that, like, it's not that you are lacking clarity. You know what you want. You want to live on the countryside, a different lifestyle, right? So the clarity is not what you're lacking. It's just the process to get there, right? And it can be really hard to get somewhere if we are currently unhappy to get to a place where we're happy, right?
Hmm.
So even if you get that country style life, you might be miserable, the relationship doesn't work out, or you can't afford living there, or whatever. There can be issues once you get out in the countryside as well, right? So sometimes what we're looking for when we think about something in the future is a certain feeling,
Hmm.
a certain, like, the sense of this is what I'm supposed to do,
Hmm.
right? And I mean, honestly, I think most people would feel really great to be in nature. So that's one thing. But then I want to ask you now, then, what is it that's like, is it your entire lifestyle then that feels wrong now, or is it just like a missing piece?
Yeah, I think it's missing parts and pieces. I
Okay.
think it's just home. I think this has a lot to do because my grandparents, they used to have a big finca on the countryside in Mallorca, and that's where I spent most of my summer vacation there, just strolling around, being in nature, being happy with the dogs, with the animals, and yeah, for me this is just a very good feeling when I think about it, and I think this is also where it comes from, this sense of yeah, home and being in nature and having peace.
And sorry, what is stopping you from doing that now?
I just don't know how to afford it. I feel like I don't have a partner now, so I'm gonna be lonely there. I don't know how to rent a house there. I don't have a job that allows me to live out there. Um, yeah, and I'm a bit afraid to do that on my own.
Yeah, because obviously you can just like you said, you can rent a place. You can already live on the countryside. It's not that it's consciously hard for you to do that, but you're lacking maybe a partner, or you're lacking uh, the the finances.
Yeah, and the community there, because I've actually never lived on the countryside, and a bit like, do I even like belong there? Like, will I find like-minded people? Will I be lonely?
Yeah. Have you, this is just a very logical question, but have you looked into living with other people in a community on the countryside? Have you looked into other ways of living that is not traditional? So you could live in a community, you can volunteer, you can do workaways, you can, there's so many different ways which can enable a lifestyle where it doesn't need require a partner nor financial stability. Have you looked into that? Does
Yeah,
that feel aligned or not?
yes, so I've done actually in the past 6 months where I took this break. I did like a yoga teacher training, and I was also doing a workaway in a horse farm, which I enjoyed very much.
Yeah.
But then I feel like, yeah, this is not the life that I can always live. Like at some point, I also have to earn some money, and I've actually invested a lot also in my career and my studies. And yeah, I feel like I also should do something with that.
Okay, good.
And I cannot volunteer forever.
Yeah, no, I get that. Okay, good. Well,
Yeah.
at least now I kind of know where you're coming from. So right now, um, what is not fun in your career?
I mean, right now I'm basically doing a job that I just took on because I was new in Spain. I didn't know how the world of work works here and how fast I will get a job. And now, right now, it's just very administrative,
Yeah.
very strict working hours, no possibility to work from home, very bad salary. I have a very long commute to the farm. So it's, yeah, a combination of a lot of factors that I
Okay.
don't like.
Wait, do you live on a farm already?
No, 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 I work there.
You work on a
It's
farm?
like yeah, it's an agricultural place, but I
Okay.
work like as an office person there.
And what would you like to be doing career-wise?
Yeah, that's the question. I mean, I studied sustainability for my master's.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I'm very passionate about like sustainable food and sustainable diets.
Yeah,
So I would like to do something with that, but then it's always the question, what exactly? Now I'm also looking a bit into sustainability consulting,
okay.
um, because yeah, there's a lot of demand for that right now, and also for me, I'm very purpose driven, so I also want to do something good
Yeah,
for the environment or for society.
yeah.
But I feel
So,
like then I always start a job, and then like 1 month after, I'm like, nah, I don't like it.
yeah.
What's
So,
next?
so I think you kind of know what you want, right? And now it's just putting you on a path where you can follow your heart, step by step that leads you to that place.
Yeah,
So,
probably. And then
because
sometimes I'm not sure if I know it or if I just tell myself something and then I'm trying it and then again it's not a good decision.
so let's now, instead of talking about it, let's feel it.
Okay, sounds good.
So when you think about the dream that you have, the countryside dream, we start there. Okay, we can look at
Hmm.
the career later, and maybe they're tied. What comes up for you in your body? Like if you tune into, I want to live there. It might even be in the lines of like, oh, it feels really hard for that to happen, right? There's might be some kind of, all of this resistance that's, oh, I need this, like this energy as well, right? So what happens Is there any sensation that comes up when you think about this in your body?
Yeah, like the thing is, I only can imagine like the house that my grandparents have. I cannot really imagine a new place that I want to live. So this is very much connected with home for me
Okay.
and with like my past.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get this, yeah, sense of home and family.
Okay. And that's probably what you want, right, as well?
Yeah.
So let's look now in the, actually, no, let's start with the feeling of home.
Mm-hmm.
So when you feel that in the body, where do you feel it?
I think it's around my heart.
Mhm. So we're not thinking, we're feeling.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like lately, I'm very much in my head and very disconnected from my body.
So let's
And
connect. The mind is always disconnected, so it will, well, I mean, technically it's only always thinking, right? So let's connect really to the body. So we can actually, we don't have to think about the vision and we don't have to think about anything right now. I just want you to tune into your body sensationally, and we're just going to start connecting with it. So maybe start holding two hands on your belly and see, is there any tension going on in there? Is there any pressure?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, good.
Hmm.
Can you explain?
I feel like a little bloated today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything emotionally that you feel is going on? Is there any fear, any anxiety, any worry?
It might be a bit stressed as like pulsing,
Good.
giving me
Where?
this like pulsing sensation. I think also now from like talking and thinking about it.
Yeah, good. Really good. Where do you feel this little stress?
Yeah, in my lower belly area.
Mhm.
And I think even like in my heart,
Yeah,
it's like this pulsing sensation that starts from my belly and goes up to my heart.
good.
And
Perfect.
also like my heart is racing a bit faster.
Yeah, perfect.
And I also feel very warm, very hot.
Yeah.
This can be due to the weather conditions or also like because the emotions are coming up.
Yeah. Well, it's really hot where I'm at, so I'm with you there, but good. So now basically what you're doing is you're connecting. This is you feeling what's going on. So it's not that it's hard for you. It just took a little bit to connect to what's actually going on.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'd like to just start there. So go, if you can place your attention into this little ball of stress or pulsation. Can you be a little bit more precise for where you locate it in your body?
Yeah, I would say below my belly button.
Mhm. And
Yeah,
is it more towards the spine or more towards the abs?
no more towards the abs.
Okay, good. So it's kind of like the intestines or the womb area.
Hmm. Yeah.
Good. And how does this energy feel like? Is there a tension here? Is
Yeah, it's definitely a tension.
good. Can we just feel a little bit of this tension? So bring
It's
the,
like
yeah,
a bit
yeah,
pulsing, but also like a bit like a cramp
yeah,
tension. Yeah.
good. So when we move our awareness in here in this area, I want you to see if you can start connecting to this energy. If there's any information in this energy, is it saying something to you? Does it want something from you? Like, what does it want?
Hmm. I'm not sure.
So if it's related to
I
stress,
guess.
is it
Maybe it
related?
wants to be relieved.
Yes, but what is it letting you know in this stress? What is it? Um, it's something in the lines of I need to, I need to figure everything out. I need to do everything by myself. I need to survive. Is there anything in these lines that's coming out from this information?
I'm not sure, but what everyone keeps telling me is like taking a break, breathing, and yeah, connecting with my body. So I guess
Yeah.
that's what it's telling me, to like slow down.
So it doesn't really matter what other people say. It matters what
Yeah.
this energy says. And right now it has your attention and you're thinking about what it has to say. But if it doesn't have, if you don't feel that it has any information, it's really good you just say, no, I don't really know, right?
Okay. Yeah. Then I don't really know.
Okay, good, perfect. And we can continue with that as well. It's just it's not clear yet for you, and it's not you don't need to perform in this. There's no right and wrong. It's just if there is information, sometimes it's super clear, and sometimes it's not clear or it's not revealed yet, right? But stay with the attention in this area. And is there any emotion here? I guess stress would be one emotion, but is there anything else going on here? There fear?
I mean, at the moment, no, but in general, yes, I feel fear and uncertainty.
Yeah, perfect.
It's like fear of the uncertainty.
Yes,
And
perfect.
yeah, worries, just a lot of worries.
Yeah, good. If we tune into uncertainty first, since it's something that comes up a lot in you, and it's kind of related to what you came with, right? Not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so uncertainty is active in your energy field. And uncertainty, fear of the unknown, and worries is part of, I mean, it's a human experience, but this is the energy that you're working against. And when you have this energy, it's really hard to take decisions because we're constantly coming from fear, right? Right, it's the fear that's trying to make decisions for us. Like, I need to have clarity, I need to have all these things, but it's not coming from your heart, it's coming from fear. So it's very relevant that you feel this right now, or that's an energy we can look at right now. So let's start with that. So when you started tuning into the uncertainty, can be worry, can be fear of the unknown. They're all in the same kind of energy, right? What sensations do come up then in this area? What starts to happen in your body?
It's definitely more obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt this tension moving upwards, my belly,
Yeah.
and around my heart area, towards the throat.
Yeah.
And it's really like hard to breathe at the moment. So I feel like, yeah, I'm very short on breath.
Yeah.
And it's now even going towards my feet.
Mm-hmm.
My feet are like have this tingling, numb sensation as well.
Really good. I'm starting to get shivers, which means that energy is starting to shift. So just that you're connecting to this and you're connecting dots is you're working with this energy. So you're doing great. You're really connected. Amazing. So now let's ask if this worry, this uncertainty has anything it wants to tell you. What is going on with this energy? What does it want?
It's definitely way bigger than I thought, or way more feelable.
Yep. Good. You're shifting. Great.
So I guess it wants to be seen.
Yes. Amazing.
Because now I can really like feel it.
Yeah, I can feel it too.
Yeah.
I'm getting tears in my eyes and shivers in my whole body. So you're definitely feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very strong.
Yeah.
And I guess, yeah, it wants to be let out.
Yeah. How can I let you out? What do you need if you ask it? Or how can I see you? Might be a better question.
I don't know yet.
Good. Excellent that you know that you don't know. So let's ask a different question. When did you start feeling uncertainty in your life? worry about the unknown?
I guess that started very early on.
How old were you?
Because, mm, I mean, I can't remember exactly, but from my story, based on like having very difficult child years with a very difficult family to grow up in, I guess I've always kind of lived with uncertainty.
Mhm. There's one thing to have uncertainty that is an adventure, and then there's one part that is very unsafe. And as a child, when it's very unsafe, that becomes a big fear later. So would you say that it's coming from the unsafety, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when was the first time that you started to feel unsafe in your family?
First thing that comes into my mind, I cannot really connect it to years, but I was a lot alone.
Yeah.
And I think
Good.
when I felt the most unsafe was at night when I was at home alone and my
Good.
parents or my mom weren't there. I was, yeah, left alone
Amazing. Yeah.
in my
This.
room in
Yeah.
the dark.
Yeah.
I was scared, even like under the blanket.
Yeah. Yes, I'm getting more and more shivers here, and it's very relevant that this is what has been holding in your body. Okay. Does that resonate?
Yeah,
What's
although I'm quite surprised.
yeah. What's coming up for you now?
Yeah, like I still have this picture in my head from my room, and I was there, yeah, in the dark. I
Yeah.
was scared and alone, and also I couldn't sleep. And then I got stressed that I couldn't sleep because I had to go to school the next day.
Yeah.
And then lots of certainty around the health or like the, yeah, depression of my mom, and if she would get well and if she can take care of me.
Yeah. Beautiful. So how old were you when you picture yourself in your room?
I guess around 6, 7.
Mhm. So is it okay that we start talking with this 6-year-old?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'd like you to picture her in this situation in her room. She's alone. She's, feeling unsafe. And I want you to go there as your adult self. Maybe lie next to her in the bed. And first, I just want you to connect with her. Just look at her. And then just ask her, even though you already know, just ask her, what is she feeling?
What are you feeling?
What does she answer?
I'm feeling alone.
Yeah.
I'm feeling scared.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pressured,
Pressured.
stressed.
Yeah. And what would what does she need in this situation? What would she have needed there?
Yeah, to know that someone is home.
Mhm.
For
So
me, that
just
was always like a relief when I saw the lights were going on, like in our, like the room where the entrance hall is.
yeah,
Because then I knew someone would come home or be home.
yeah. So I'd like you to now demonstrate to her that you're at home. You're there. You're in a way mothering her. Just let her know that you're there. You're not alone. I am here for you. Understand that this was terrifying as a child to be alone in the darkness, not being able to sleep, for a child to not have the tribe close by is an immediate danger. So it makes sense she's scared and alone. But she's not anymore when you're there. You can comfort her, you can give her a hug. You can stay with her until she falls asleep. Just take a moment.
Yeah,
You
that
can do
would be
this.
actually nice.
Yeah, just take a moment in your mind and just picture the scenario now that you're there with her.
I'm like reading a book, like a good night story, and just
Hmm.
like stay there.
Yeah. And how is she feeling when you start doing that?
Better and safer.
Yeah. Is there anything else that she needs from you now that she has your attention?
Yeah, like a hug and some cuddling.
Yeah. Just give her that. You can even like hug yourself or hold that place where you feel her. Maybe tell her that you love her, that you'll always be there for her. If she needs something in the future, you can come back.
I love you and I'm here for you. And you're safe.
I will take care of you.
I'll take care of you whenever you need it.
Yeah. And how does she feel now?
Better.
Good. And
A bit more reassured.
yeah. And if you come back with your awareness now, this energy was starting in the belly and then kind of going up. Where do you feel? Do you feel anything in your body right now? Or what's going on there?
Yeah, so I still feel a bit of tension around my chest area, but it has definitely lightened.
Yep.
So I can breathe better now.
Good.
But my feet are really heavy and kind of numb, tingling.
Yep.
But it's also like a kind of grounded feeling.
Okay. So let's start
So,
in the chest. I'm going to do the same thing here. So really feel the energy in the chest. What kind of energy is it here? Is it the pressure, the not being able to breathe? Is there tension? Or what is going on?
I think it's still a bit of tension and pressure,
Yeah.
but it's also like, yeah, like a bit lighter than before.
Okay.
But I can still feel like my heart beating.
Yeah. So go into the heart then. Is there any emotion going on in the heart right now?
I feel like I'm a bit more disconnected than I was before.
Hmm?
So I don't feel an emotion right now.
Okay, good. Really good. So this tension that you feel, is it still there or is it dissipating?
I think it's more and more gone.
Okay, good. What about the gut and the belly?
It also feels better.
Okay. So if you do a quick scan now in your body, is there any tension now that you feel, or is there anything active? If it's in the feet, let's go to the feet, but just see the rest of the body first.
Bit around the chest area, but mostly in the feet.
Okay, so let's
Maybe a
go to,
bit around my shoulders, like someone is pushing me down a little bit.
okay, interesting. Let's go to the feet first then. So you mentioned that maybe some heaviness, but also a feeling of grounding. What else is going on there?
Yeah, I feel a bit numb.
Okay. Is there any information in the feet? Do you feel? Is there any energy here? Any words, or what does it want?
I don't know.
Okay, good.
Feels a bit disconnected from the rest of the body.
Yeah, it's okay. So let's just bring you back now, because the what is relevant that you've kind of already done now is you came in with, I don't really know what I want to do with my life. Like, turned out you do know what you want, but you don't know how to get there. and you have a career, you're not really sure about this, you're not really sure about that. But what we found, the energy that you're operating from is this uncertainty, and which we now have connected to, right? And when we operate from uncertainty, then we take the wrong choices. It's coming from fear, right? We're not trusting, we're scared, we're worried. And you literally mentioned the exact same thing. I don't know if you made the connection yet, from what your inner child was feeling to what you're feeling right now, or you're scared of feeling. To be alone, to, not know if this is the right thing to do or not, right? So it's also this, fear of being alone, and what will happen. So does this make sense for you, that as long as you're operating from that energy, your choices that you will make will try to protect you from feeling alone? So you go with something that's most certain, or you go with something that's, the most secure, maybe.
Yeah.
Does that resonate?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then you don't like it because it wasn't the right choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not here to tell you which choice to make, right? It's not important. What is important is that you sit with this energy when this energy is relevant before you make a choice. So in my feeling, since what happens in my body is I feel kind of what you're feeling. And when I started getting shivers and energy, it's like we're starting to work with the energy, right? And you already shifted a lot just by connecting the dots, that this is coming from this uncertainty and this is this energy, right? And it's maybe a little bit in the chest, maybe a little bit in the feet. It's not coming with that much more information right now, which means maybe you can work on it later, maybe it is more relevant later, but we're not going to push it now if it's not coming to your consciousness, right? So what we did now is which is funny because you say you're a lot in your mind, but you're a lot in your mind because you're coming from fear and you're trying to solve the solution of the fear. Let's make myself feel certain. Let's not be alone. You're trying to solve the issue of the 6-year-old or the 7-year-old, instead of understanding that, oh, I'm in fear now. Maybe I should sit down and calm myself, or maybe I should go with a friend and get a hug, or maybe, right? It's understanding that to be connected to yourself, that's where you want to take the decision from. And you're literally, what we did right now is to connect to yourself.
Yeah.
I have to. So for me right now, this kind of feels like the key of the session is what we have already done. But here are some things that you can use moving forward. So, and this I have done in other episodes as well. It's kind of just a little turnaround of how to mentally approach your challenges. So you have operated before from this fear, and you have tried to secure the 6-year-old, right? You've tried to operate from that. Let's take the most certain choice. Let's make her not alone, right? Don't take any decisions that might make her end up alone and uncertain, because I don't want to feel the way I felt when I was 6, right? So there's a protection mechanism in you that is operating, and it's not coming from your highest self, because your highest self doesn't act like that. The highest self is, lives on after your body dies, and it's on a spiritual journey. It knows much more than our small selves, right? So it's not scared. But your protection mechanism, who might have come into your life after the child, right? So the child was really vulnerable, and then maybe when you got a little bit older, you started to okay, let's never end up in that situation again. So you started having working from that coping mechanism. Does that resonate? Yeah. Okay. So what do we do from now? So we can address that that part of you. Maybe that's relevant for the session, but mentally, what is more relevant is that you release the resistance of ending up alone and ending up in uncertainty. Because right now, those are causing you to take the choices that you actually don't want, because you're resisting ending up here. But what we just did is we sit with the pain of uncertainty, and we sit with the pain of the fear of the loneliness. And the only way, because if this is continuously. We already released things that might not be relevant in your future, but if it's relevant, you cannot work with the energy unless you're faced with uncertainty and loneliness. That's the only way you can work with this energy, because that's when it starts being active in you again and you can meet those things. And here's the invitation, is that you invite uncertainty and loneliness so that you know when you have worked through this energy and you're not attracting that reality anymore. And the only way that you can do that is to take those steps that lead you there. Okay, maybe it is to rent a place in the mountains. Okay, maybe it is to do something that will make you end up with no money. I don't know. This has to be something that you feel naturally, that you're taking a step towards what is joyful and exciting for you, but that to understand that your challenge is to sit with uncertainty and aloneness.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a big thing out of it. You don't have to have like, okay, I'm gonna quit my job tomorrow and not have a home. Like, you take it as small steps, but to resist those energies will only make them persist. You'll end up in the same situation. You'll have a job that you don't like. You'll feel lonely, and then you'll be uncertain again about what to do.
Yeah.
Does that resonate?
Yeah, I actually thought like with moving to Spain, I was confronting the uncertainty.
Yeah.
But here, I really feel that I'm super scared of the uncertainty and I cannot sit with uncertainty. I have to solve everything all the time. That's why my brain is, I think, constantly working, constantly
Yeah.
finding solutions, and I have headache because I'm thinking so much.
Yeah.
And it really, like, sometimes I wake up and I feel like I don't have any ground to stand on, and I don't have the space, and it's like everything is uncertain and I'm lost, and
Yeah. So
very scary.
yeah, it's a bit high on that level, right? But the way I'm seeing it right now is that the only reason that you're feeling this way is you're trying to create certainty, you're trying to create all these things from a place of fear, not from a grounded place.
Mm.
So, and that is just a part of you doing that. It's not your high self and it's not your intuition. It's the part of you trying to protect you, which
Yeah.
when it gets to run your system, it's system overload, because you're basically being run by a 10-year-old. Right? It's like this kind of, I need to sort everything out. I need to do all the things, but it's stressful to be in that. It's like, oh my goodness, this is
Yeah.
not coming from a grounded woman who's completely capable of taking care of her life and who like can do whatever she wants. She's a divine being. She can literally manifest magic. If she's not the ruler, it's very stressful to be under a 10-year-old, just like, you know?
Yeah, when you say it out loud and when I think about it, it's actually kind of funny.
It's really funny. Like we make so serious and we think it's so like, oh my goodness, I can't. Yeah, but it's a part of you that is trying to protect you, and it's usually a little child, and you're like, yeah, you don't have to do that anymore. Like, I'm okay. Like, spiritually here, it's okay, it's fine. Like, you know. Um. So 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 yeah. We can just do a very quick check-in on that part to just to give you a little bit of tools if she runs your system again. Okay.
Mhm.
So I wanted to really connect to that part who feels that she needs to be in control over everything. She
Mhm.
needs to make sure that you're safe and make sure that you don't end up in loneliness again. So yeah, we're just going to talk to her, and I just mentioned an age. It doesn't have to be that age at all. It can be much later, it can be much earlier. But when did you start? When did you create this part of you?
Mm, I don't really know. I think it's kind of started maybe in school, where
Okay.
it's like, okay, the only way not to end up being like my mom and not to being in this, yeah, very bad financial and also mental state, I'll just focus on school and I'm gonna be the best one and I'm gonna have good grades and I'm gonna have a good university degree and then I'm gonna have a career and I have a lot of money and I'm safe.
Yeah, perfect. You're excellent at this. It came direct. I think it started when I did all of these crazy things just so not to end up like my mother. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly when it started. So how old were you when you started school and that started to be relevant for you?
I guess around 11, 12.
Yeah, so not far off.
Yeah.
A 10-year-old. Okay, good.
And then probably it got way more important when I was like 15, 16.
Okay. So maybe let's talk to the 15-year-old. She's cool. She's a teenager. She's got it all under control. So,
Or not at all.
or not at all, yeah, exactly. Yeah, as an adult, you're like, not really. But let's talk to her. Can we bring her up?
Mhm.
She's a part of you who really worked hard so you don't end up as your mother, or at least that's what her intention was. What's going on with her?
Yeah, basically what she needs is just a mother to be there for her and the family. And yeah, she's seeking attention by getting those good grades and some reassurance from the family and some like, you've done a nice job.
Yeah,
And on the other hand, she's partying a lot and drinking a lot to like, yeah, just letting go of that stuff and also forgetting about stuff
yeah,
and also rebelling at the same time.
yeah.
She has this
So,
very strong sense of like, I have to do this, I have to do that.
yeah, I have to have control or I will not survive.
Yeah, and it's now cramping around my belly again.
Yes, good. Now we're doing it. Perfect. So connect to this area. I need to be in control or I won't survive. Or I need to be in control or else everything turns into hell, turns bad. And we already know it's a 15-year-old. So let's talk to her. She needed a mother. She needed someone to take care of her. What does she need right now?
Yeah, I think it's a hug and someone she can talk to and someone that tells her that she's good enough and this she does a great job and she doesn't have to be the best in everything and she doesn't have to know everything and doesn't have to do anything on her own.
Yeah,
But there's others she can rely on.
yeah. So let her know that. You can say that to her now.
You're good enough and you're going through a lot and you're struggling, but I'm here for you and you don't have to do this on your own and you don't have to be the best in everything and you can also just enjoy and be and I'm here for you and you can rely on me.
Yeah. Maybe give her a hug. I'm sorry that you didn't have a parent or a caretaker that could make you feel safe and provided for, but I can provide for you now. I can care for you now. Okay.
Yeah, I can
All right.
take care for you now and be there for you.
Yeah. And I also want you to thank her for making the effort to try to protect the 6-year-old, to making sure she wants to protect you.
And yeah, thank you for trying to protect me.
Yeah. And I can
It's
take
okay
over.
now.
Yeah, it's okay now. I can take over. I will always be there for you, but I can actually lead and I can take over now. And I will protect both you and the 6-year-old, my inner child.
Yeah, I can do that. I can take over now. I'm here now. I'm
Yeah,
the adult Isabel, and I can
yeah,
take care of the 6-year-old and the 15-year-old
yeah,
and all the other versions
yeah, exactly.
that are younger and
Yeah,
scared and lonely.
yeah. Okay, great. And what do you feel now in the belly?
It's starting to get a bit less cramped and less pulsing against my belly button and relieving
Good. Stay with
and
your
releasing.
yeah, stay with your attention there a little bit more. Okay.
Just trying to breathe there a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So after the session, it might be beneficial for you to be in nature somehow, be in water, maybe shake, move your body in case there's any
Mm-hmm.
that's still kind of a little bit active. You can continue also after to sit more with this, to address things if they start coming up again or if something is happening. But I wanted to do this for you so you understand that these both energies are coming up in your system. So the 15-year-old is trying to have everything under control. And like we already mentioned before, it's exhausting to have a 15-year-old be the CEO of your body.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. And leading from her place is it comes up because you felt uncertain. When you felt uncertain, the 6-year-old was active. So the 15-year-old took over. Right? Okay, I'm going to protect her. What do I do? Okay, fix this, fix this, fix this, fix this. Not a relaxed CEO.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And so this is just some tools you can use if these energies come up again, that I need to be in control or everything will be bad or I won't survive if I come up with lots of uncertainty. So sitting with both of these and other ages and other relevant energies and come to a place where you really feel connected to yourself and grounded, and you take one step at a time towards what you want, right? You lead with excitement and fun, and you take that step. And then if all these things come up, great, you're working with the energy. You're not supposed to avoid this. You're just meeting the energy.
Mm-hmm.
So you meet it again. Okay, maybe the 15-year-old is still active. We meet her again. Okay. And then you ground or you come down. And the more time that you can spend here in the connected state, your decisions will be clear and they will come from your highest self, or at least your adult self, and not from these energies that are from the past. Because the past isn't relevant for the future. Right? There's so many times we think, I don't want this to happen again, this to happen again, but you're just creating resistance.
Yeah.
Or resistance. I don't know this. No. Listen, you're a divine being. You have the power to change anything in reality. Like to get a house in the countryside is not a challenge for an adult you. Once you feel connected, that it's a yes for you to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Once you feel connected, that it's a yes for you to do this. You take that step towards the yes. Oh, this uncertainty. Oh, I don't know. Okay, then you sit with other energies until you calm down, and then you take the next. You're 100% capable of resolving any problem that comes up in your life related to the choices that you make. But trying to make choices so you don't feel these emotions is not the way to go there.
Yeah.
Right? And again, be gentle with yourself. You don't have to push yourself out of, out in the deep ocean when you don't know how to swim. You start small.
Yeah.
Learning this. Okay, maybe I can trust myself more here. Okay, maybe I can take on a little bit more. Okay, maybe this is, does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think this sounds like a kind of a good place to run it up. But before we end, is there anything else that you want to talk about, bring up, share, or reflect on that you feel is irrelevant?
No, I guess it's all connected. Yeah, I'm very in this like solution modus at the moment, and yeah, I'm really like trying to get out of there. Like even now that we talked about it, I'm like, okay, what is it then? What I want, and what is going to be the next decision, and how do I get there, and da 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 da. Da. So it's really like constantly working within me,
Yeah.
and also I will really try to like yeah ground a little bit and slow down.
Yeah. Which is what people have told you, right? But you haven't connected the dots yet.
Yeah.
And literally, if this starts coming up, it's a 15-year-old again, right?
Yeah.
And just sit with that. It's okay. Okay, I understand that you want to find all solutions. I understand that you don't want me to feel these things. It's okay. I can sit with these feelings too. And the uncertainty comes up. That's a 6-year-old. You sit with it. You sit with it.
Yeah.
You feel the energy just like you did now brilliantly. You were able to shift the energy so fast. And you sit with that again. And then you sit with that again. And guess what? From the connected state, you don't even have to make decisions until it's relevant. You can literally not do anything, have no plans until you feel, oh, I feel inspired to take action now. And
Yeah.
that can be a deep rest to like not like Give yourself a time to not take any decisions. Like until tomorrow at this time, or until this week at this time, I'm not going to take any decisions. I'm just going to be with myself.
It feels very surreal right now because I feel like I'm constantly taking so many decisions and I'm overwhelmed by taking these decisions. And I like actually had to learn how to take these decisions with myself
Yeah.
because I also got out of a very long relationship where I got away this decision making, or I gave away this decision making, and it was also my father taking these decisions for me. So it was also like a way of me learning to take these decisions. And now I'm kind of in this what do I really want, and can I take these decisions, and decision overload. So like in different places.
Yeah. And so this is just what I do when I really don't know. I just decide because it takes energy to take decisions, right? It
Yeah.
takes a lot of energy to take decisions. So that's why the only decision I make is like, I'm going to take a decision at this time, like in 3 days time before this time. And until then, no. That's you having taken a decision to not take a decision.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah,
can
that's
relax
a
on
good
that.
approach.
Yeah.
I can try that and then sit with the uncertainty of that.
Yeah. And then just be in that uncertainty, because that is the energy that is more relevant for you to address, the uncertainty and wanting to be in control. With
Yeah.
those both energies, it's impossible for you to follow your intuition because they're both based in fear. And fear is not love. And it's not the
Yeah.
path you want to be on. You want to be on the path of love, not on fear. So address these energies. And when they're no longer active in your system, then you take a decision. But don't take a decision before then.
Yeah.
And when that decision comes, it won't be mental. It will be an internal excitement, like, or it will feel a little bit lighter than the whatever you're doing right now. It's like, oh, this is a little bit more exciting. Oh, this is a little bit better. Like it can even be small things like, oh, I really feel like going to this specific place right now just to relax.
Yeah.
And that's how you connect to your intuition. It's a little voice of a little, it's like almost like a little turn on or a little jump in the heart, like, whew, oh. And it's not a decision. It's not mental. Your body already knows. It's listening to that rather than thinking about it. It's listening to it.
Yeah.
And that is what you're learning to do with these tools. You're listening to the energies that are coming up. And until you address the energies that are active in you, you can't listen to the heart, to whatever is else, because they're taking over. They're here. So listen to them first, connect, and then come in. And maybe there's other emotions. Maybe joy and excitement isn't the first that comes up. Maybe it's heavy loneliness that you need to look at. Maybe it's lots of fear. Maybe it's the feeling that I'm not capable of taking decisions. There might be lots of things coming up before you find that inner guidance. But you have to address these, or else your decisions will never be leading you on the path. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Okay, so how do you feel now about the session? How do you feel about everything?
Better. Yeah, really good actually. Very, yeah, lighter, and now I know what to work on and what to sit with, and yeah. Yeah, I feel like I have now some tools, and I'm actually quite surprised how I could feel these emotions. Like they were really intense at some point,
Yeah,
and I did not expect that.
yeah, yeah. And
So
you from thinking that you were not connected, you were actually really connected, and you could spot it immediately.
yes, I'm quite surprised actually.
Yeah,
Like in a good and positive way.
yeah, brilliant. Okay, so I wish you a beautiful night, and
Thank you.
hope you enjoy sitting with these energies and whatever comes from it.
Well, thank you so much for this very good and insightful session, and yeah, for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for participating. Thanks for listening to this show. If you're interested in working with me, either through a similar session like this in a longer container, or if you want to come to any of my local events in Malaga in Spain, you can click the links in the show notes or go to my website, filippalevermark.com, to find out more.